Good morning, you're welcome to Fliptv News. I am Christian Chuku. Let's take a look at the news headlines. APC governors rejected Tinubu'S invitation before inviting him. APC leaders support Lagos Speaker's re-election bid. Commissioner of Police to political parties get approval before rallies and procession. And lastly, MC Oluomo boys clash with tricycle operators over ticket. Let's take a look at the news in detail. Inside sources in the APC have revealed how Tinubu hurriedly met with the party governors on Monday, April 11th, after the state executives honored the invitation of Vice President Osinbajo the previous day. According to the sources, the former governor of Lagos extended an invitation to the governors, but they refused and asked him to come and brief them at the Kebbi's Governor's Lodge. Recall that Tinubu had to meet with some of the governors after Osinbajo met with them few hours. On the Lagos Speaker, leaders from Orile-Agege and chieftains of the All Progressives Congress Lagos State Chapter have expressed their support for the Speaker of the Lagos House of Assembly, Dr. Mudashiru Obasa, to return to the House for another term. According to a press statement issued on Monday by the Chief Press Secretary to the Speaker, Ermosele Ebomele, this was disclosed at an iftar program by at least 80 APC leaders and political appointees in Lagos. A member representing Agege Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Dr. Babatunde Adejare, was quoted to have said days ago during the 80th birthday of Ebenezer Obey, a visiting senator was marveled that Agege now has very good roads. I told him not to forget that we have the Speaker of Lagos here. I pray for more wisdom for Obasa in his leadership position. He has an unbeatable chance of winning if he vied for the seat in the Senate ahead of the 2023 election. But our appeal for his return to the House of Assembly is in the interest of the entire Agege people and Lagos State, which he has made better through effective legislation and related activities. The Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Wale Ahmed, said, I expect Obasa to be unopposed, but my prayer is that after the elections next year, we would all gather here to celebrate again. The chairman of Orile-Agege Local Council Development Area, Mr. Johnson Babatunde, stated that Agege must not lose all that it had gained through the Speaker. A lot of people from Agege have been employed because of Obasa. A lot of infrastructure have come to us because of Obasa. There should be no vacancy in Agege Constituency 1. One way Agege can appreciate Obasa's love for the area is to ask him to return and work for him to occupy the position again, he said. On political parties, Osun State Police Command has urged members of public and political parties to inform it ahead of their rallies and processions. This was contained in a statement by the Osun Police Command Public Relations Officer Yemisi Opalola obtained in Osogbo on Monday. She said the directive was to avoid the clash as well as to ensure the provision of adequate security for such an event. The statement read in part, as the Osun State gubernatorial election process and political activities generally gather momentum, Osun State Police Command wished to caution advise members of the public political parties in the state to keep the command informed ahead of any rally, campaign, procession, which must be duly approved before embarking on such. This is to avoid a clash as well as to ensure provision of adequate security for such rally, campaign, or procession, as thugs, hoodlums may use this as an opportunity to disguise, hijack it to perpetrate their nefarious acts. Consequently, the Commissioner of Police, CP Olawale Olokode, PSC, deems it imperative to advise members of the public, politicians, political parties in the state, especially in this fragile electioneering period, and urge the politicians to play the game as stipulated in line with the Electoral Act 2010. On MC Oluomo, a clash between suspected loyalists of the chairman Lagos State Parks and Garages Committee, Musiliu Akinsoya aka MC Oluomo, and members of the Tricycle Owners and Operators Association of Nigeria has caused tension in the Fagba, Ogba, and Agege areas of Lagos State. The clash was said to have bordered on the control of parks and ticket sales at various transport union branches under the control of TOOAN. It was gathered that members of TOOAN were working at their respective branches when suspected loyalists of Akinsanya stormed the parks in a bid to dislodge them, which led to a fight. The chairman, TOOAN branch J. Agege Okpeyemi Taiwo, said the attack started around 7:30 a.m., adding that their members were injured and properties destroyed. She said, "We had heard that MC Oluomo's boys would be coming to attack and take over our parks, and we reported at the Pen Cinema and Iju police stations and at the Area G Police Command. They are working for vehicles and we work under TOOAN, and our focus is on tricycle operations. We initially thought that they would invite the chairman for a dialogue, but they didn't. They just came with over 100 hoodlums armed with guns, cutlasses, bottles, and they started attacking us. We had to look for a way of escape, but some of our unlucky members were injured and rushed to the hospital. The hoodlums even burnt a tricycle. They told us to vacate our parks as they are now in charge of parks and garages." The state chairman, TOOAN, Aziz Abiola, aka Istijaba, while condemning the invasion, said MC Oluomo boys had taken over the parks controlled by TOOAN in the affected areas, adding that he instructed his members to vacate the parks to avoid needless deaths. He added, "We saw traces of MC Oluomo's attempt to take over the parks on Saturday when he came to have a meeting with a monarch in the area. During the meeting, he declared that he would take over parks in Ojoko and Ifako on Monday. We reliably gather that the monarch gave MC Oluomo the names of his boys to include as part of the people that will be in charge after taking over our parks. We had been circulating that MC Oluomo was coming to cause trouble, and this morning his boys who came on motorcycles attacked our members and took over our parks." We've come to the end of Fliptv news at this point. Thanks for watching. I'm Christian Chuku.